So still, I I was not prepared with the mic today, so these videos are to give you some starter points, and wall work is some of the best stuff you can do to check out, your spinal alignment, where you align. So get those heels right up against the base there, toes down. Ooh. You may feel this tomorrow or today. It's a real lengthener of the calf. Roll the shoulders back. Then you'll step away, I think, as you can see, maybe about 2 feet. Bring those heels together, form a V, and then just start to tilt the pelvis till that lumbar is flat. Now, you saw my butt, so you can just keep tilting. And what you're doing here is the more you engage the quad and lift the kneecap as you continue to get that pelvic tilt, feel that deep sensation. All right, and then roll the shoulders back. And again, trying to keep that lumbar, that low back against the wall. You're going to feel that. Do a couple of hip circles if you need to. I can see, I was only in reviewing this, I was like, oh, look at that hip hike. But that is one of the things I see my Pilates teacher for knee replacements later, right? Surgical alignment versus my 50 years of neurological alignment. It's an interesting body now. And that's why we do the wall work. So the goal here is to get yourself balanced on one foot and then fully pelvic tilt and align the crown up so that you're lengthening. Right? And then feel in your own body where neutral is for you. And also, usually people are a little too leaned forward. So you want to be right on the arch of the foot. So if you were to lift all the toes, that would put you back in place where you need to be. Not too heavy in the heel, not too heavy in the ball of the foot and toes, right on that arch. And try to align from there, and that's why we do this with the wall work. I got a nice adjustment there with this. So that pelvic tilt, and then that just kind of keep pulling your body up. Yeah, and I don't think I was looking. I was all over the place. So, your goal is to be more focused, looking right in front of you. And also, though, to note, do look up more than down, right? I was looking off at something else. I think right at the very end, I look forward. But you want to keep your gaze up so that the chin isn't dropped and the head is not too far forward. Right? So this wall work is really, truly important for you to find your alignment where you are right now. That's often when I see people, when I work with them or they come in the studio, it's because something is not feeling right. And so much of it we've noticed in body work, especially, is muscle misalignment. So wall work is a really integral part of my rehab and part of what we do in the series. Yeah, right here I can feel how twisted, like where I'm rotated, right? This work is just so good too, because you go to the doctor and you go, oh, you don't really know what's right for you. So this work really gets you connected to you. Yeah, I've got a supinated ankle on this side, and you can look at my toes. So balance and stability work, especially if you're over 40. If you don't do it, then you don't quite become aware of it. So here I'm doing a pelvic tilt. One foot is just slightly above the other, about halfway back to the arch. And then, again, pulling up towards the ceiling. And then rooting. The rooting is like all four corners, right? You are fully rooted. Quads are on. Glutes are turned on. Like everything lower leg is turned on, pushing through the ground. That is rooting. think now we moved up to the pec work. So if you can look at the pecs, you can see those pecs popping. And it's good for you to be able to try. So if you need to pause this and you want to feel that upper pec engagement. I thought I might have touched them even. And then once you feel that, then we can alternate, right? And now let's find that breath. So with Pilates breath, it's not so much belly. Belly is engaged. It's breadth, width of the lung, and then back of the lung, right? And so each exhale gets you taller. And now again, root into the ground, turn the legs on, turn the glutes on. Really, like when I say turn the glutes on, it's like you are squeezing them as if you just had some bad fish and you are 10 feet away. That's the kind of turn on. Like, that's what I need right now. Yes. I'd imagine. And yes, that is your glute activation. Now push into the ground and then get taller. Yes, 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 yes. It's like you're getting just zipped up from the butt crack up. Oh, it's so good. All right, now we go back up against the wall. See if that feels any better, easier. Kind of step away a bit. And now we're going to work the upper body a bit. Okay, so again, step away. Feet and turn out, turn the legs on, and now those arms come up to that kind of field goal position. And then we want to get the rotation of the head of the humerus, all right? Oof. And also try to keep the back of your ribs as close to that wall as possible. That's the work right here. And then rotate down. Take it slow because a lot of times you don't do this, so it might be a little crackling in there. Or you may find pain. So we don't want pain. If you can't get full field goal, if you can't get the back of your hand, like I can't quite get mine back, we do the work. You have to do the work. You have to repeat the work, do the work, repeat the work, do the work, do the work, do the work, do the work. And then one day, okay, but you don't even get to that day if you don't do the work. So again, right, I'm rotating the shoulder blade back and down. Oof. My legs are turned on. My butt is like, meow. Dig it. All right, now just this single arm. All right, again, roll the shoulder back, extend the arm, and then that rotation, trying to keep the ribs back. Gosh, it's hard. I can see my ribs out. We do the best we can. That is tight. Meow. That's why we do the work. Okay. Oof, yeah. Roll it.